At supporting B.O.B.S, I'm sitting here with another serial entrepreneur I've been knowing for a long time. We got movies, he got entertainment, he got clothing lines, barbershops. Now, tell them a little bit about yourself, my brother.
What's up, man? I'm Southside C-Dog. I go by True B now, but yeah, that's how Q know me, C-Dog. Entrepreneur, been an entrepreneur for a long time, started off with the record store in the studio on Junction, and it's just done derived in everything that I got now, and
So, give me a little background of how you came about, how you came up, and let them know it wasn't all just easy, man. Because everybody think it's easy and they see you now, but then they don't know the background. Give them a little bit of the background.
I caught a juvenile life bit. I was on a case with the Detroit boys back in the '80s. They couldn't give me the fair case. They gave me the juvenile life joint. I came home. While I was in juvenile, I joined the gang, so I was getting money, and then I started gang banging. You know what I'm saying? So I joined the gang, and we was from Toledo, but we moved around a lot of cities, states, and stuff like that. So I never got intertwined, and I wasn't connected to nowhere, wasn't nowhere home.
Yeah.
So when I got out of juvenile, that was a stipulation that we couldn't leave the state of Ohio for the remainder of my time, because I didn't end up doing it till I was 21. I did till I was 18. I went when I was 14. And so, that was a stipulation. So 4 years somewhere, that's home. So, and I became a GD by default, and I ain't gonna get into explaining all that.
That's we gonna find that.
Yeah, but I became a GD by default, and in the process of becoming a GD, when I came home, I came to the GD side, which is the south side of Toledo, and cause Short Dog is Willie Knighton is my cousin. You know what I'm saying? At the time he was Short Dog, the infamous leader, and he reeled me in and introduced me to the neighborhood, and you had to prove yourself. So I put it down the way I had to, but I always had a get money mentality, because the dudes I was around getting money, they got money on a whole nother scale. It wasn't like the little drug boy stuff. It was businesses and cars and real
so
cars.
So that's some of the way that you got the
so
business mindset.
my mentality was always bigger. It was never push little rocks on the block. It was always get to a bigger point. And I always seen dudes that had, now that I'm grown, I know they was fronts, but I thought they was businesses. So I always thought that, dang, they got a business, and but they hustle.
Okay.
I'm trying to be like that. That
so now that's kind of the segue I'm getting to, because it's like, what was the mentality that made the business work for you? Like, how did you even get into running the barbershop, thinking of a clothing line, doing these things?
But my mama's struggle was my hustle. So I hustled to get fresh. I've always been in the clothes, getting fresh.
So the business part, how we get to that?
So like I said, I was always around major dudes that was into getting real money, so I always looked up to that. Now, I was taught early, man, you gotta be a good Indian before you could be a great chief. So, I just picked to be good chiefs good Indian under great chiefs, you know what I'm saying? Even to Short Dog when we went to where we went to. But, it just was always an aspiration, like, I'm gonna give me a business, because I seen them. And so, I was young, I used to go to Port Clark's, and I see Willie Ray, old school barber, man, rest in peace. He would take the clippers behind his back, and I was fascinated with that as a kid. I don't know why. It just was something, they looked smooth. And I said, man, I'm gonna be a barber. And so, you get sidetracked with the streets, and then you get the mentality, that's a mentality that we gotta shake, because you got a felony that you can't do nothing great after that. You know what I'm saying?
Brother, that's a shit.
And so, I'm like, I'm gonna go be a barber. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna be a barber, but I got sidetracked by the streets. Growing up, I wasn't trying to do nothing. I was getting it in the streets good, so I wasn't even looking to do.
So what was the first business that you established that was something that you could say, hey, this is my job. This is my job now?
I never got to that point till now. I've had multiple businesses, but they was always fronts because of the mentality. You know, whereas with when not this one. My first one was Uptown Custom Design Barbershop.
Okay, on Upton.
Yeah, on Upton.
Okay.
My first barbershop. Because, like, you know, after going to jail and doing all these times, I went to juvenile state, fed. The feds get your attention. You know, you ain't got the homies coming in there. So it ain't what was going on in the street. You 1,000 miles from home and you see over 20 people with deceased as they outdate. So you start thinking different. You know what I'm saying? And so me and one of my guys will be talking. Rest in peace to the dead Big Pretty, who was from Cleveland. He was like, "What you gonna do when you go out there?" And I had already made my decision that I wasn't going back hustling. I know how to hustle. I'm gonna try something different. Everything I ever tried hustling or in the streets, I succeeded because I put my best foot forward at it. So I said I'm gonna try putting my best foot forward at something else. And I did. That was the barber. And so I opened the barber shop on Upton. One of my friends, he wasn't a barber. He was just wanting to have a business. And, you know, me and him got in the business together. And then it ended up only being me as the alone barber. And I was a fresh barber. So it wasn't like I had crazy clientele and stuff like that. So he backed out. He said, "Can you handle this on your own?" And I said, "Yeah." You know, I was making sufficient money. You know what
So
I'm saying?
from what year to what year was we looking at? Cause
with this barbershop?
Yeah, with the one on Upton. So what give me a
I had that barbershop from, I got out of barber school in 2010. I opened the shop up in 2011 with the dumb street mentality that I don't work for nobody else. I'm a boss. When I shouldn't have did that. I should have stayed working at Nitty's, learned everything that I needed to learn in the trade, 5 years in the trade. So that would have been me being 5 years as a business before
even opening the business.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so so I was there from 11 to 2018. No, 2017. Yeah, 2017. I was there from there.
So
there.
now you got established 73.
So
that is a great name, man. I never even, I was like, damn, that's kind of dope. Is that the age? I mean, is that the date or something?
No, everybody think that Prophet, shout out to Prophet, he motivated that. I had another name because I was going to open this business in Atlanta. I'm still moving to Atlanta, but at that time I was about to move to Atlanta and I had another name. And he said, "Yeah, that's cool and it'll fit from down here, but you ain't doing it down here, so what you going to do in Toledo?" And I'm like, he like, "What's your why?"
Yeah, what's the why?
And I was like, you know, I'm like telling him my reason for opening the store was, you know, around here, different nationalities dictate the clothing to, you know, the black community.
The culture.
Yeah, they get the black dollar. So I was like, you know, to come in the store and see people wearing what they selling you, you know, I would think that it would be embraced a lot more than, you know, you going to these guys and they don't even have it on. They got on a Walmart t-shirt or they don't really know how to dress. You know, I'm a fresh dude. So I was like, dang, I don't know, but I wanted to base it around hip hop. So as you see, like the graffiti and artwork all through the shop, I was like, dang, I want to do something around hip hop. So I Googled what went on in 1973. No, I said, what year was hip hop started? And it said 1973 in the Bronx by DJ Kool Herc at a birthday party August 11th. So the ironic part about that is my birthday is August 25th and I was born in 1973. So my birthday wasn't the motivation first, but it solidified like
why
go with it. Yeah, so you know that's how the name came about.
So I see many brands in here that I don't see in regular stores. So these is your own brands.
Some brands are, some, you know, I'm learning the business. We opened the business, we've been open a year now. And at the time we opened, I wasn't familiar with how to get other clothing lines. And our original reason to open was because my sons and them have a clothing line, which is How You Want It Clothing, HYWI Clothing, Hustle Young with Intelligence. And we never did a pop-up shop. We never went out the trunk. I would just make stuff. Cause like again, I'm in the clothes.
So I want to wear what you want. You want to wear what you want to wear.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't want to go nowhere and see everybody I got on the same outfit, same shoes, So I would make stuff, and so I put the clothing on there because it was just HYWI. So when I put the clothing on there, that made it a clothing
official.
company.
It's official.
Yeah, so boom, people would see me with bubble coats and, hey, where you get that? And I tell my son, wow, we sold a couple. So the first couple coats I sold, I would get them from Walmart and get them, embroidered. And people would buy them at cost. Like if I said 150, they liked the coat, they will buy it. So I was like, dang, this money. Like, this, I'm making money. I paid $10 for this bubble coat.
I paid 20 to 30 to get it embroidered.
No, another 10 to get it embroidered and sold it for the 120. I made $100 profit and made my money back that I spent on the coat. So I said, hey man, this a go. We need to open a store. And so, my sons is the partners in this business, and that's my way of trying to guide them as young men to be,
businessmen.
trying to teach them how to be good Indians under the chief. But they my partners. So, it's like we sitting in the TP together. I ain't just,
and we chop it all up together.
I ain't just big HYWI, And so,
Hey, but being the chief, you got to be able to spread your wings and reach back and get the people that's
iron
right
sharpen
there with
iron.
you.
So, bosses make bosses. That's my belief. You know what I'm saying? Like, it ain't no boss bigger than the program. You know what I'm saying? Even though I make no more, I still can't just make a executive decision without
the rest of the
So warp speed up to this year. Like when we started, I got a line that I'm close affiliated, associated, deep in. I'm a partner, Purple Hearts. You know what I'm saying? And that came about because I worked for Puma in 2018. I was a lifestyle, well, what do we call it now, since we are in no fashion, a brand ambassador. I was a brand ambassador for Puma. I moved out to Seattle, and the dude Ish met me. He met me in downtown Seattle. I was fresh, belling through the air. I got on the Christian Louis Vuittons and Robin jeans, this one about at that time. And he asked me, man, what I do? And I told him stay fresh and inspire people. I was just yakking. I was just yakking because that's what I do. And I knew I was fresh that day. And he said, no, I'm serious. And I told him, he was like, man, are you like a model, a rapper, what are you? I said, I can be all that if you need me to be. And he said, well, man, I want to give you a job, man, he called it lifestyle model, meaning that I wear their clothes, show the lifestyle that I live wearing their clothes, tag them into,
photos and videos and whatever.
Yeah, whenever I post it to my social media, tag Puma and all their affiliates, hashtag all their affiliates, so Vegas Jones, Jay-Z, Nipsey Hussle, everybody would be tagged under my post. And so, bam, what they would do was send me a box of clothes once a month. And you know what I'm saying? I would have to wear the clothes like at least 4 times a week.
And post it.
And so, bam, when we would talk, he would ask me about where I'm from. And he asked me, like, what's Toledo? And I'm like, it's a small town with a big city feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? We not the biggest thing on the map. We don't got no pro teams, but you would think we do.
Because it's a lot of pro stuff going on.
And just the mentality. Like, our mentality is we big, but we really a town. So, me and him would talk, and when he left Puma, he called me like, what you want to do with that Purple Hearts? And I said, man, I'm working on it, but I was still only making meat pieces. I wasn't taking it to the next level. And he was like, well, let's go. And that's how Purple Hearts came about. And then, like I said, this is my son and them, and I was like the creative, if we using business terminology, I was like the creative director over there because I created all of the first couple drops that y'all seen from us.
Got sold.
Yeah, everything that you seen from us in the beginning was like my creation. I got a notepad, I'm scribbling, and I'll be like, dang, all these years you've been going to jail and running the streets. And you've been loving this. You've been loving this. I've been loving clothes, man. That's why I hustle to get fresh. I wasn't trying to have a safe full of money because, I was still under that mentality. You only live past 21.
Wow.
So, it was like, way before 2 Chainz said, I'm going to be fresh as hell. If I'm going to die, when they going to tell a story like, yeah, you would come down the block and I got on the mink.
Yeah.
Or I got on the shirt and coat, stuff that people wearing to the bar. I'm out hustling.
I know.
So, you know what I'm saying? My mentality was like, I'm going to be fresh as hell however I fall. If I die, they gonna tell the story. The nigga had on a mink when they, or if I went to jail, like, man, I remember when you went to, I just wanted to be fresh. I didn't care about money gonna
So
come.
that's one of my segues too, because you know they say you was out there in Seattle, you doing your thing. So how'd you get an entertainment company and a management team and shooting documentaries? And
Well, you know, that was all before this. All that was way before this. Like that again went to the mentality of I want to have a business. Even though I was in the streets hustling, I want to have a business. Cause I didn't understand. I never had the intricate part when I was watching my big homies with their business, you know, where they was going in depth. So I just was like, oh, I'm gonna start a business. So, you know, everybody got geeked during the pandemic about LLCs, but I had the LLC back in '96, you know, with Block Life Entertainment and Management.
I remember.
And you know, we had we started off like managing Profit, and we had Con and Deal. You know, we had A1 from, what was it, Lost and Turned Out?
Lost and Turned Out.
No, not Lost and Turned Out. Born in This Ghetto. What was that?
Born in the Ghetto. The young dudes.
And P. Sweetie.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you know, we managed them, and we had a nice banger from the city where I rapped on it. With a couple, Havana Cash, we was managing Havana Cash. And so, you know, we rapped on it. It was a banger in the town. We had Al Sheets on there. And, you know, it was just like, music was, I would study down on Passimus, This Music Business of Ours. That was the book. Edition, like the 10th edition, the 9th edition. And some New York dudes had told us about the book. And so, you know, like that was it. Like, oh, we got us a business. But we didn't know the business part. We got the LLC, but we don't know the bank account. We don't know the loan. We don't know how to make the money move. All we know how to do is go through the motions of what we see.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know what I'm saying? We didn't have nobody to really guide us, no mentors in the game. So we, you know, we was stagnant. But we still had the company, and we still got the company to this day, and we still manage, we co-manage with a company out of the West Coast, Arizona, Las Vegas, Seattle, what is it, Pacific Northwest area.
Northwest area, yeah.
We co-manage with them, bag runner management, you know what I'm saying? My partner and co-CEO for Block Life is now an intricate part of their movement out there low, so you know what I'm saying? But so from starting to, I always believed, like with the store, we got clothes, we need somewhere to sell them. So we messing with music. So we was going paying $100 an hour, studio time, audio matrix. And I had, again, wanted to start my own business. I was trapping, and I looked out the door. It was one spring, like beginning of spring day, sun's out, and the whole block was on the corner. And I said, I ain't doing this shit this summer. And I opened up the record store. Because I just wanted to not be on that corner.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be on that corner. I looked out there, I seen my homies on that corner. I'm like, we do this every year.
So that terms the phrase corner boy.
We ain't even got to that yet.
Okay.
But yeah.
Okay.
That's what it come about. And so you know we like I said, I opened it. During music, now I need somewhere to sell my CD, so I opened a record store. You see what I'm saying? But a year later, you know, it went to streaming and all that, internet. So it wasn't no need, wasn't nobody coming in buying CDs. So I turned the record store into a studio for Block Life Entertainment, and I merged with B.O.B.S, and we had Block the World Studios on 711 Junction. You know, same block I used to rock. You know what I'm saying? So you know, we you know, it just went like that, and so that was my first business. But my first business that was successful was the barbershop Uptown.
Yeah.
And so then what brought this about was the pandemic. You know, I was one of the first cases of Corona. Like, I didn't know that, bro. I was the first ones.
Didn't know that.
When everybody was joking and the Rona, I was one of the first cases.
You survived, amen.
Yeah, you know, blessing.
Blessing for sure.
And so while I was in there, I said, man, how I looked at life was different. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, because before it was all about me, I still had drug dealer mentality. You know what I'm saying? So You know, even though I was doing something else, I was still had a mentality like it's about me. And while I was in the hospital, I'm looking like, dang, what if I'd have died? Because people was dying. I said, dang, I wouldn't have left my grandkids nothing, my kids nothing. You know, all they was gonna be able to do is tell them stories. I was fresh as hell, and I'm like, nah, we gotta do something else. So you know, and now my sons and them, they one aspiring rapper, and he doing pretty good. HYWI Flex, and he part owner in the shop, and he own the studio 2 doors down in the rental hall. So you know, you might need to get him on here next.
Yeah, I'm willing to get anybody on here if they want to come on.
So you know, but you know, I told them like, let's open a store. Like people checking for these bubble coats and these clothes. Like we saw sold, woo woo woo. Let's go. And then we agreed, and then you know this came about. And like what it was I was like, dang, I spend a lot of money on clothes, and I know it's somebody else like me.
Yeah.
It's probably, and I said, and if I could get 10 of them people that's like me to come shop with me, then I'll be doing something positive and successful, you know, in a field that I got a passion for. I love clothes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, yep, that's
and it's a barbershop.
Yeah, it's a
so
barbershop.
So that's like, it's two business ventures in one.
Yeah, it's a combo. Like, you know, one you come in from one entrance, you enter through the clothing store, but you can walk all the way through and you'll end up in the barbershop. Or if you enter from the parking lot, you'll enter through the barbershop and you can walk in and check out the store. So, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, barbering is like, that was my means to an end. I was married and I don't believe in being nobody's husband and hustling. Because you're going to do everything that come with the hustle. You're going to cheat. Yeah. You're gonna lie.
Yeah.
You know, and I was married and I wanted to respect my wife at the time, so I had to find me something to do. And you know, hair and fashion go one in one. You know what I'm
for
saying?
sure.
Yeah, so,
you want to look good.
Yeah, you know,
you're gonna have a haircut.
Like me right now, I got a nice outfit on, but my hair looking crazy.
Mine too. That's why I bought the hat.
So, you know, yeah, appreciate that, man.
For sure.
So, you know, but yeah, that's for the most part what you know, I started the store and you know, we got the store, we got the going, and so I had Purple Hearts and we had HYWI, but like I was telling you, when we opened the store, we opened it as an outlet for smaller other clothing lines in the city to be able to place their clothes in here and, you know, be on a more professional setting. You know, opposed to coming out the trunk or pulling up at a pop-up, we wanted you to be able to come, you know, you could drive your traffic our way. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know, so that's what we did, but when nobody didn't bite, we had to create a way to fill our store up before we opened. And I started, so now, you know, I'm 50-50. Really, I'm 75% shareholder in HYWI Brands. You know, I use my man name, but I own the majority of the company. And under HYWI Brands, we got Purple Hearts, of course. And then we got Cross Country University, which is like a sports athletic line. And t-shirts, more than just t-shirts, the hats. And then we have, we just brung about Corner Boys. And, you know, I see you want to get to that.
Yeah.
Corner Boys came about because dudes was coming in and, you know, I was going with fashion, and fashion more slim right now. But and I follow fashion, you know, so even at my older age, I still come through on something that you see the young boys in, because I'm just a fashion.
Still following up with fashion.
Yeah, but you know, a lot of older cats don't like that. So they come in, man, what this skinny this, man, and that skinny that. And like Purple Hearts didn't go past an extra large. So, you know, the biggest you could get was a size on a small, medium, large, extra large. And then, you know, now we done since then started catering to bigger dudes, so we go up to a 4X and that. But Corner Boys start at the extra large. You know, we might throw like, if we do an 8-pack, it's like 1 small, 1 large, 2 extra large, two X's, 2 3X's, 1. You know,
it's
so
for the bigger crowd.
We doing it for the bigger dudes. It's more looser. The hoodies ain't gonna be fitted. The sweatpants ain't gonna be joggers. You know, they gonna be a little bigger. And you know, like shorts gonna be a little looser and to the knee instead of above the knee. And so, you know, that's what it came out of it, and it came because it's like that was a '90s thing. Like, you know, everybody trap, but we played the corner. You know what I'm saying? We had drug houses, but it got easier to run from the police than to sit in the house and wait for the police. So we turned corner boy. You know, so that's where that name came from. You know what I'm saying? So.
Man, I appreciate everything you doing, man. If you need me to do something, you got my hand, you got my number, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah,
so,
for sure. You know, we go back to Q from the block,
we
man.
locked in, man. So,
block,
you know, so thank you, man. I appreciate you, man. Anything you need me to do, just let me know, man.
I'm gonna give y'all the address, man. We at 2702 West Sylvania. Est.73, the store with the red door. Stop in. We sell HYWI shoes. So you know we a resale shop. We got hats. We got brands such as Corner Boys, Purple Hearts, HYWI. We also got other lines in. We got a line Chasing Chicken up out of New York. Jada gets them co-signing them real heavy. I got another line called Mistaken Society. And we got stuff coming in every day. I've been going to different clothing conventions and shows where I'm able to run into buyers and, you know, be able to get with them, and they, you know, wholesale me stuff. So, you know, we can have some of the stuff that's at other stores in the city, but what we pride ourselves on is you not being able to leave here and go nowhere else and get nothing we got. So, you know, it's basically like you getting in here and it's a one-on-one. You ain't gonna come in and it's gonna be 1,000 of these shirts and 1,000 of these pants. It's a size run. So if you ain't the first extra large, you won't get it. Cause when the extra large gone, it ain't nothing but either a 2X or 2 small. So we do it one-on-one. We ain't gonna oversaturate the market, you know. So come check us out, 2702 West Sylvania.
Supporting B.O.B.S with another one. We out.